Nothing happened.
You ever have one of those nights that starts out like any other night but ends up being the best night of your life? It was June 22nd, 1990, our final day of school. It was Oliver Chamberlain, Peter Page, Stephen Prince, Andy Knightley, and me. They called me the King, because that's my name, Gary King.
It's a big lie.
Ollie fancied himself a bit of a player, but really he was all mouth. We called him O-Man because he had a birthmark on his face that was shaped like a 6. He loved it. Pete was the baby of the group. He wasn't the kind of kid we would usually hang out with, but he was good for a laugh, and he was absolutely minted. Steve was a pretty cool guy. We jammed together, ran trains on girls. I think he saw us as rivals. Sweet, really. And Andy. Andy was my wingman, the one guy I could rely on to back me up. He loved me, and I'm not being funny, but I loved him too. There was nothing we were going to miss about school. Maybe Mr. Shepherd. He was one of the good guys. He asked me what I wanted to do with my life. I said I just wanted to have a good time. He said he thought that was funny. It wasn't meant to be. Not that night.
It was a big lie.
Newton Haven was our hometown, our playground, our universe, and that night was the site of a heroic quest. Our aim? To conquer the Golden Mile. 12 pubs along the legendary path of alcoholic indulgence. It was the First Post, the Old Familiar, the famous Cock, the Gerst House, the Good Room, the Beehive, the King's Head, Birdmouth Mouth, all before reaching our destiny, the World's End. We took my car into town that night. We called her the Beast because she was pretty hairy. And so our journey into manhood began. We were off. We didn't waste any time. We hit pub 1 and we hit it hard. There was drinking, there was laughs, there was controversy, there were ladies, there were shots, there was drama, and of course, there was drinking. By pub 5, we were feeling invincible and decided to purchase some herbal refreshment from a man we called the Reverend Green. 0.6 put O-Man out of commission, so we carried on without him. Good thing, because I bumped into his sister at the next pub, we went into the Disableds, and then I bumped into her again.
It was a big lie.
Sam tagged along for a while, but then I had to let her go. I had another date that night, and her name was Amber. 9 pints in, and it was us against the world. Things got mental in the Beehive, so we tailed it to the Bowls Club, or as we like to call it, the Smokehouse, which is where it all went fuck up. Everyone got paranoid and Pete chucked a whitey, so we had to bench him. In the end, we blew off the last 3 pubs and headed for the hills. As I sat up there, blood on my knuckles, beer down my shirt, sick on my shoes, knowing in my heart, life would never feel this good again. And you know what?
It was a big lie.
It never did.